Hi, Jade. How are you?
Good.
Good. So, what brings you in today?
Well, I don't know. I everyone says that everyone says I drink too much. But I have no idea what they're talking about. I mean, everything's fine.
Okay. All right.
But my partner said I should come, so here I am.
So, you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't seem too excited about it.
No, I'm really not because I really don't feel like I need to be here, so
Okay. All right. Well, if it's okay with you, what we're going to do today is we're going to do three different questionnaires, and they're pretty short. I'll go over each one of them with you and what the expectations are around them. And there's nothing to worry about. We do this as a standard intake just to understand where you're at and how we can best help you moving forward. Does that make sense?
yeah.
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 Do you have any questions?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All
You
right.
seem pretty nice, so I think
Good.
I'm okay.
Good. Yeah. And if you have any questions at any point, just let me know and we can go from
Okay.
there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the first one we're going to do is an inventory, a depression inventory. And like I said, it's standard. We do it with everybody. We're going to ask you, or I'm going to ask you about 10 different questions. And I'm just going to read the directions for you real quick before we get started. Normally, how we do this is you would take it yourself, but since we're over the internet, I'm just going to ask you those questions and I'll circle them for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll read the directions real quick and then we'll get started. So the questionnaire consists of different statements, and I'm going to read the statements very carefully for you. After I read the statements, this is going to be just in the past 2 weeks, including today, that if you've experienced any of these, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to circle a number. The numbers are 0 through 3, okay? So for example, the 0 means it doesn't happen at all. 1 is mild, 2 is moderate, and 3 is all the time or excessive. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So for example, I'm going to ask you about sadness. Have you experienced any sadness in the last 2 weeks, including today? 0 would be I do not feel sad. 1 is I feel sad much of the time. 2 is I'm sad all the time. And 3 is I'm so sad or unhappy that I can't stand it. Would you say you fall as a 0, 1, 2, or
Well,
3?
today I'm not happy because I feel like I have to be here. So, I would say I'm a 3.
A 3? Okay. And the next one is pessimism. Do you feel pessimistic or
Oh,
so in the last 2 weeks,
yeah,
including today?
2.
2. So you feel like you're more discouraged about your future than you normally have been or you used to
Yeah,
be.
definitely.
All right. Past failures. Do you feel like you failed? You look back and you see that you have a lot of failures, or you're a total failure as a person? Not at all.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm here and people think that I need help and I'm feeling pretty like a failure now. I'd say probably a 2.
Yeah, that's how you feel, not what other people are thinking, right?
Right. Like because they think that I'm feeling like I've failed everybody.
Okay.
So I'd
So
say it's a 2.
2. Okay, you see a lot of failures.
Yeah.
So the next question is about pleasure. Do you feel like you enjoy things a lot, or do you feel like you're enjoying them a lot less than you used to, or you find that you can't get any pleasure in things you do at all, or you're getting just a little bit of pleasure?
I would say a 1.
A 1. Okay.
Yeah. I love my kids, so
Your kids, that's awesome. How
yeah.
old are your kids?
They're 11 and 13.
Well, that's awesome that they bring you joy.
Yeah.
Good. So the next question is going to be about feelings of guilt. When it comes to feelings of guilt, do you feel particularly guilty in general, or do you feel guilty over the things that you have done or should have done? That's a 1. 2 is I feel guilty most of the time, and 3 is I feel guilty all the time.
I would say a 2.
Most of the time?
Yeah, there's times I felt pretty guilty about, you know, feeling like I'm just not good enough.
Feeling like you're not good enough?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How about punishment? Do you feel like you're being punished or that you may be punished? You feel like you expect to be punished, or that you feel you are punished?
No, I don't feel that way.
No, so a 0, you don't feel like you're being punished?
No.
Okay. And how about feelings about yourself? Do you feel the same about yourself confidence-wise as you have before? Do you feel like you've lost some confidence?
I'd say a 2 because I'm feeling like there must be something wrong with me if everyone thinks that I need to be here for my drinking.
Okay.
So I'm saying a 2.
A 2. Okay. You disappointed in yourself?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
disappointed they would think that.
Yeah.
I don't know why they do.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we'll finish these and we'll explore that a little more. We'll get into that.
Okay.
So the next question is, how self-critical are you on a 0 to 3? 0 being I don't blame myself more than usual, and 3 is I blame myself for everything that happens, bad that happens. 1 is mild, 2 is moderate.
I would say a 1.
A 1. More critical of yourself than you used to be?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. So the next question is about, are you having any suicidal thoughts of hurting yourself at all? 3
No.
being no, none. Okay, good. And then crying. Do you feel in the last 2 weeks, including today, that you cry 0 to 3, 0 being you don't cry more than you used to, 1 you cry more than you used to? Huh?
No.
None. Okay.
No.
No crying.
Mm-mm.
Right. So the next question, you're doing great, by the way. You doing okay?
Yeah, just still don't know why I'm here.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we'll finish these and we'll take a look at how that pans out, okay?
Okay.
All right. So agitation, 0 to 3.
3.
3.
Yes.
So I'm so restless or agitated that I have to keep moving or doing something.
Yes.
Okay. What kind of things do you have to do when you get agitated?
Well, usually, when I'm agitated, I have no one to talk to. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's usually just me, myself. And, I might have a drink here and there,
Mm-hmm.
to just kind of calm my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I just feel really agitated a lot of times.
Yeah, feeling alone with that agitation.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the next question, we're more than halfway done. So the next question is loss of interest. Do you feel in the last 2 weeks, including today, that you've lost interest in other people and activities that you used to do?
Yeah.
2. 2. So I've lost interest in other people or things.
Yeah.
Okay. What is it that you used to do? What brings you joy in life? Your
Well,
kids?
my kids do. Um, and that's about it. My family, they all suck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't talk to any of them.
Yeah.
So my kids mainly. I wish I could get out of the house more.
Get
But
out of the house more?
yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, maybe we'll take a look at that in a minute.
Yeah.
So indecisiveness, would you say that you're feeling indecisive when it comes to making decisions? Or do you find it more difficult to make decisions than usual? Are you having trouble making any decisions at all? 0 to
No,
3? Sorry?
0.
0, okay. So you make decisions as well as you ever have. No issues with that. Worthlessness,
3.
3, you feel utterly worthless.
Yes.
Okay. Loss of energy. Zeros being I have as much energy as I ever have. 3 being I don't have enough energy to do anything.
I'd say like a 1.
1, so I have less energy than you used to have.
Yeah.
How about sleeping? How's sleeping going for you?
I never sleep.
You never sleep?
No.
Okay. So,
I can't get to sleep at night.
okay. And let's say once you do get to sleep, are you waking up a lot in the middle of the
Oh,
night?
yeah. All the time.
Once you wake up, do you have a hard time going back to sleep as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Very hard time. I'd say 3.
A 3.
Mm-hmm.
So you sleep probably what, 1 to 2 hours when you sleep?
Yeah, 2
You're up
hours.
2 hours.
2
Okay. And hard time getting back to sleep.
Yeah.
How about irritability? Do you feel
Oh,
like you
2.
a 2? Okay.
Yeah.
So a 2 is I'm much more irritable than you used to be.
Yes.
Okay. Changes in appetite. Do you feel like your appetite's the same as it has been? Do you feel like
I never want to eat.
you don't eat?
No.
No. Are you having 3 meals a day? Are you not eating
Maybe once.
maybe once a day?
Yeah.
Okay. Once a day. And that's less than it used to be, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How about concentration? Are you having a hard time concentrating on things?
All the
Or
time.
all the time? What kind of things are you having trouble concentrating on?
I used to like to read, but I can't do it no more. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, I
Like
can
everything I
understand.
used to like to do, like can't do it no more.
Yeah, things have changed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I understand. So your concentration, so would you say it's hard to keep your mind on anything for very long, or that you can't concentrate on anything at all?
I would say like a 2, you know?
A 2, absolutely. So how about your tiredness or fatigue? Is the sleep affecting that? Or would you say you're no more tired than you usually are?
Super
Um,
tired.
you're
3.
a
I would say
3,
3.
too tired or fatigued to do most of the things you used to do?
Yeah.
And then last question on this one. I know this can be kind of an awkward question, but how about your interest in sex? Have you noticed a change in interest and desire in sex? Do you feel like you're less interested than you used to be?
I would say a 3.
So you don't have any interest in all at sex at all?
No.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Well, we've completed the first one. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Excellent. Well, the next ones are going to be a little bit shorter, so we should be able to get through those. So normally what we do is we add up the scores of those inventories, and then it will let you know kind of like a range of where you fall. And what we can do is we'll do all these inventories today, and then next time we will plan a time to go over all of those, because I want to be able to make sure that I get questions from you if you have questions, and we can go from there. Does that sound okay with you?
That sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So the next inventory I'm going to do, it's about anxiety. Okay. It's a cute dog you have there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Out of character.
Um, sorry. So the next inventory is going to be about anxiety. So this one's a little bit different than the last one. This was going to ask questions about how often you've been experiencing anxiety in the past month, including today. Okay. So not 2 weeks, but a month this time, and including today.
Okay.
So this is also on a scale of 0, 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
So a 0 would be not at all. 1 is mildly, but it didn't bother me much.
Okay.
2 is moderately, it wasn't pleasant at times. And then 3 is severely, it bothered me a lot. Does that make sense?
Like bad.
Yeah, like it's causing distress.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really bugging you.
What's the 1 again?
So 1 is mildly, but it didn't bother you much. So you might be experiencing some symptoms, but it didn't really bug you.
Okay.
So the first one is, do you ever have numbness or tingling you experience in any parts of your body?
Yeah, actually, I'd say a 1.
Yeah, where are you experiencing that numbness?
Hands.
Yeah.
Um, I
So it
especially
happens
when I wake up in the morning,
when you wake up in
like
the
after
morning.
I've slept a little bit, and then I, get up, I feel a little bit tingly.
Okay. Maybe do you think it's like maybe you slept on something wrong and the blood's just getting flowing? Is it just in the morning time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just in the morning.
This
But
morning?
yeah, and then later, I'm, do stuff around the house for the kids. I have a couple drinks, and it goes away.
It goes away. Okay. All right. So 1. And then how about feeling hot? Do you ever have hot flashes that you're experiencing?
No, none.
None. Okay. 0. How about wobbliness in the legs? Do you ever get shaky when you're standing?
Yeah, I'd say 2.
2. Okay. So moderately, not pleasant.
Right.
Okay. Do you ever feel like you're unable to relax?
Oh yeah, 3.
A 3 bothers you all a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. How about the fear of the worst happening? Do you ever feel like something
Oh
bad's always going to happen?
yeah, because
Yeah.
something that always does happen
Okay. And how often would you say you're experiencing that?
all the time.
All the time. And it's definitely affecting the way you live, correct? Okay. Do you ever feel dizzy or lightheaded?
Yeah, when I first wake up in the morning.
Again, when you first wake up, it goes with the numbness and tingling.
Hmm.
How much is that bugging you? Would you say it doesn't bother you much? It's kind of bothering you, or it really is severely affecting you?
Oh, I would say like a 1.
A 1. You ever experience your heart pounding or racing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I would say 2.
A 2, you feel like your heart's going to come out of your chest?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever feel unsteady or wobbly when you're standing
Yes.
up?
I'd say 2.
A 2, so it's relatively unpleasant.
Right.
Okay. How about, do you ever feel terrified or afraid for any reason?
Yeah, all the time.
All the time? Would you say that's like a 3? It bugs you a lot?
Yeah,
A
3.
3. Okay. All right. And how about feeling nervous? Do you feel nervous in the last month?
3.
Today? 3. Okay. You ever feel like you're getting choked? Like maybe a lump in your throat?
Yeah, 1.
A 1. Okay. And how about, do you ever experience your hands trembling or shaking
Yes, especially in the morning.
in the morning again? Would you say that's it mildly, but it didn't bother you much? Moderately, it wasn't pleasant at times. Severely, it bothered me a lot.
I would say definitely a 2.
A 2. Okay. Do you ever feel in general shaky or unsteady?
Yeah, 2.
2. Do you ever fear like your fear? Excuse me. Do you ever have a fear of losing control?
All the time. I'd say a 2.
A 2 again. Moderately. Do you ever have difficulty breathing, shortness of breath, constricting, feeling of
No.
no? Do you ever have a fear of dying?
Nah.
No,
No.
not at all. Do you ever feel scared in the last month?
Oh my gosh, all
Okay,
the time.
scared. Would you say almost every day?
Yeah, I would say like 2.
A 2. Do you ever have any indigestion or any issues with your stomach?
All the time. Well, I'd say a 2.
A 2. Okay. And are you ever feeling faint or lightheaded?
Sometimes I would say like 1.
A 1. And then have you ever experienced your face being flushed? Redness in the cheeks?
Yeah, like 3.
A 3. So almost every day.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you ever experience any hot flashes or cold sweats? Really hot, really cold
Yes, especially in the morning.
in the morning again? Okay. Would you say that's a 3? Severely, it bothers you a lot?
Yes, 3.
3. Okay.
Drives me insane.
Yeah. No, I can imagine that Going from one extreme to the other.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Well, we finished that one and we only have one more left. Are you still doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So this last one, again, you've been doing great. I'll remind you that it helps us to be as honest and specific as possible when we're doing these. And this is the last one. And then again, we'll go over them the next time we meet. Okay.
Okay.
So this one refers to in the last 12 months, any alcohol or drug use, okay? And so the word drug abuse, when we define this, is when someone's prescribed you something and you're using it for more than what it's prescribed for. You're misusing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So this is just in the last year, in the last 12 months. Have you used drugs other than those that are required for medical reasons? Yes or no?
And so what about alcohol?
Yes. So, excuse me. Pause for one moment. So this is just going to be over-the-counter medications or drugs. We can do some alcohol. Do you feel like you abuse alcohol?
My partner says I do, but I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay. So do you have more than
I mean, I take a Percocet here and there.
you take a Percocet?
Here and there.
Okay. How often is here and there?
Just, only like 2 times a day.
2 a day. Okay. Do you ever take anything else other than Percocet when you take a Percocet?
Yeah, I usually drink.
Drink. So it's just alcohol and a Percocet?
Yeah.
There's no other like marijuana or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't like that stuff.
All right. So the next question is, are you always able to stop using drugs when you want to, or alcohol? Yes or no?
I mean, yeah, I could give it up. I could stop anytime I want.
Yeah. So like if someone said, hey, Jade, I need you to stop that tomorrow, you wouldn't have a problem doing
Yeah.
that. Okay.
But I wouldn't want to do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Have you ever had any blackouts or flashbacks as a result of drug or alcohol use?
I mean, every now and then I'll, black out.
Okay. Blackout. So when you say every now and then, how often is that, would you say?
I mean, 3 times a month.
3 times a month. Okay. Do you ever feel
Not that big of a deal.
no? Yeah. No worries. Perfect. So the next question we're gonna do is, do you ever feel bad or guilty about your drug or alcohol use?
I felt bad because obviously it's causing problems for me to have to be here because my partner thinks it's an issue. But I mean, for me, it doesn't cause me any problems other than that.
So it's more outside influences that
Yeah.
you feel bad for, not the use.
Right.
Okay. So I think we've talked about this, but I have to ask again anyways. So does your spouse or parents ever complain about your involvement with drugs or alcohol?
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah, my partner does all the time.
How often are they complaining about this?
Every day.
Every day.
Multiple times a day.
Okay. Really affecting the way
Yeah.
you live.
Yeah, and it affects our relationship,
Absolutely. Okay, so the next question is, have you neglected your family because of your drug use or alcohol? Has that ever affected your relationship with your kids?
No, not at all. My kids love me for me.
Kids love you. Awesome. Have you engaged in illegal activities in order to obtain drugs or alcohol?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Sometimes. Okay. And have you ever experienced withdrawal symptoms or felt sick when you stopped taking drugs or alcohol?
I mean, in the mornings I don't feel good until I get a drink. But I mean, that's pretty normal.
Normal. Okay. Do you ever feel like nauseous or have headaches?
Yeah, definitely every morning.
Every morning. Okay. And have you ever had medical problems as a result of your drug use or alcohol use? For example, memory loss, hepatitis, convulsions, bleeding, etc.
No,
No.
none of that.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Well, is there anything before I conclude this that you want to add to this? Anything you want me to take note of?
No. I'm glad it's over.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Excellent. Well, you did awesome, and that's all I have for the questions for you. And again,
Awesome.
we're gonna gather this information.
At least you're
And
nice.
sorry.
At least you're nice.
Absolutely, of course. Well, that's my job to make you feel comfortable and welcome, and to make this process as easy as possible for you.
Yeah.
So again, we're
I think
gonna
I'll come back.
good.
I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do, but
Perfect. Well, that's we will discuss that next time when you come back. We will go
okay.
over the results of these, and we'll make a game plan together and go from there. Does that sound okay with you?
Yes.
All right. Excellent. Well, I look forward to seeing you next week, and I appreciate your time and cooperation, Jade. Have
Thank
an
you.
awesome rest of your day.
Yeah.
Thank you.